Gets me through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hayesy on Nova.
Jodes, can we talk Good Samaritans?
Yes, please.
Oh, it makes me feel good. We spoke earlier in the show about a Good Samaritan in I think it was Kansas City, who went to give a homeless person some change. Her ring fell off.
Yes.
She came back the next day and the homeless person said, "Here you go, here's your ring back."
Oh, and it was worth like $4,000 or something.
$4,000. So she decided to start a GoFundMe page and they raised $180,000 for this guy and completely got him back on his feet.
I love that.
Really nice.
Yep.
So I was parked on the weekend at Channel 7 and I went back into my car. And I was in a mad rush too, by the way. And the first
shocking.
thing I saw...
To no one ever.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I was trying to go across and I was late.
Yeah.
I never run late.
No.
Kidding. I never run early.
No. Do you know who the worst, just a bit of a peel the curtains back, you know who the worst is at that? Tom Wren. Oh. I've seen that man sprint down War Memorial Drive and put his gear on 20 seconds before he went to air, and then he's just like...
And nails it.
And nails it every time. It's extraordinary.
Art. There was a note on my car.
Yeah.
And first of all, I thought it was a fine. And when I saw that it wasn't a fine, I was quite relieved. The note read, "Hello, sorry I accidentally backed into your car. I can't see any damage, but my number is 04 blah, blah, blah. Sorry again, Natalie."
That's so nice.
And straight away I thought, well, I'm going to check my car. And I really, really gave it a thorough investigation. Could not find a single dent or anything. And then when I got home and told my wife was like, "That's actually incredible."
Yes.
People don't do that.
No.
Like, "Oh, geez, I gave it the once over, but if you find any damage, here's my number and we'll sort something out."
Well, two things here. I want to check that the T-Cross is okay.
The T-Cross, a little banged up spiritually.
Okay.
But physically, okay.
Emotionally, all good?
Emotionally, I put it into some places and areas and speeds that it shouldn't, but apart from that,
yes.
all good. Yes.
And secondly, can I play devil's advocate here?
Here we go.
Is there a chance that, what was her name? Who was the
Natalie.
lady? Is there a chance that Natalie, someone saw her back into your car, so she has then gone, well, I'm going to have to take responsibility for this and, wrote that note just so that everyone
No,
gets...
don't do that.
Oh,
because I believe in the power and the beauty of humanity. It's a
Okay.
Good Samaritan act.
Well, I am,
you know what, though? There was dead
tainted
set-
by the world and I'm jaded. And
There's
I
a dead
need...
set of food truck nearby, though.
What do you mean?
But they didn't say anything. There's a food truck right nearby who I thought would have seen something if something happened, so
Right.
maybe she felt guilty. But let's just go with the Good Samaritan story, shall we?
Let's run with that.
13 24 10. Have you been a Good Samaritan or have you been helped by one?
Yes.
Can we just share the love for a second?
Yeah, sure.
There's so much bad stuff happening and so many outrageous situations where people wrong other people. Mm-hmm. Can we just have a little spot where we can just be nice, just for a second?
Yeah. We could do this on 13 24 10. Who was the Good Samaritan that posted the video of David Spears? I'm sorry, I'm jaded. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Yeah, I know. Unbelievable. 13 24 10. Have you been helped by a Good Samaritan or are you a Good Samaritan? Straight up, there's some good people out there. Let's go to Karen in Salisbury Downs. Good morning to you, Karen.
Hello, how are you?
Are you on the end of a good act or are you a good actor?
I was on the end of a good act.
What happened?
What happened, Garrett?
I went to Woolies at Hollywood Plaza and I went to the service desk and I did what I had to do and I just walked away and completely left my purse on the counter of the service desk.
Oh,
So when I got home, a couple of hours later, I went to get a stamp to put it on an envelope out my purse and I just couldn't find my purse anywhere. And I knew the last place I was at the service desk at Woolies. Mm-hmm. And I rang and they said, yes, someone handed it in and it had all the cards in it. There was no money notes, but there was gold coins, and they were all still in there.
Oh,
that's what it's all about.
That's what we want to hear.
Do you know what, Karen?
So thank you. So thank you to the person who handed it in on Saturday.
That's amazing. Do you know what's extraordinary from that, Karen?
Wow.
How many hours until you noticed that your purse was missing?
About 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Well, I don't go to my purse every minute of the day.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah. Lucky David Spears didn't find it because the notes would be gone.
Oh, my God. You can't say that.
Allegedly.
13,
Allegedly.
24, 10. Allegedly, they'd be gone. 13 24 10. Have you been a Good Samaritan or have you been helped by one? Let's take more calls on this next. You're sceptical. You're a little bit sceptical. Someone left a note on my car saying, look, I couldn't find any damage. I backed into your car. Look, if there is damage, here's my number. Give me a call. Let's discuss things.
I mean, I've been in this position where I've accidentally nudged someone and I thought, oh my God, there's people that have seen that. I better do the right.
So you're a bad person.
No, I'm not a bad person, but you can't just drive away. You can't do that. So I wonder if Natalie, the Good Samaritan, has just maybe jotted something on a piece of paper that mightn't even be a legitimate phone number. Who knows?
Well, that's the thing. I haven't called it yet.
Maybe we will.
But I couldn't find any damage.
Okay.
Oh, this is getting a little bit spicy.
Let's go to Michelle because we're taking your calls this morning, 13 24 10. Your Good Samaritan stories. We want to hear them. What happened, Michelle?
Yeah, hi. I was down the beach with my daughter. Well, actually, we'd gone to the dentist, parked at Grange, had our new little puppy that was only going for the second time. And for the last 48 hours, I thought that there was something wrong with my car. Something was clunky, didn't know what it was, kept getting out, checking all the tyres. They're all good. We left the dentist and it got loud. I'm like, Izzy, what is going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've parked at Grange, so we'll get here at least and we can fix it from here if something's wrong. Anyway, park the car, getting the dog out. Older man comes up and he goes, are you going to fix that? And I sort of paused for a minute thinking, shit, have I hit something? What have I done? Have I done something wrong? I'm looking at my daughter. I said, sorry, I don't know what you mean. And he went, your tyre. And he went, it's completely flat. I'm like, we literally just checked that 5 minutes ago and it was up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like, oh my God, oh no, never really changed a tyre, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he said, listen, and he said, I'll fix it. I just live around the corner. I've got a puncture kit. I'll go and get it for you. And I said, can I get you a coffee or something while you're doing that? He said, no, I just had one with my wife. He's just been on a bike ride. He said, you go down the beach with the dog. It'll all be fixed when you get back.
Oh, that's nice.
Stop it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So I went home and told my husband. And he said, oh, get it, because we'd swapped mobile numbers.
Yeah.
And he said, well, make sure you let him know, get his email address. I'll send him a voucher to come and have dinner at the pub. So that's what we did.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
See, when you get affected by someone who's a good Samaritan, you just want to pass that behaviour on.
Totally.
Nice.
That's really lovely. Okay, let's go to Jeanette. What happened with you?
Yeah, hi. It's actually my husband. He was in a car park in his work ute and he backed into another car. So he'd left the note saying he'd backed into it with his details. And as he was doing it, someone else from the industry that he's in saw him and said, oh, good on you, mate, for doing that. And it ended up the guy was his future boss.
Oh, there you go. So the bloke who spoke to him or the bloke whose car he backed into?
The bloke who spoke to him. So he didn't need a good reference for that one.
So there you go. He noticed that he was a good person because he was a good Samaritan. All of a sudden, he climbed his way up in society.
Very nice. Thank you, Jeanette. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. You've got some thoughts on Hayesy's situation.
Well, I actually think there's a bit of a twist to this, Hayesy.
Oh, here we go.
She didn't back into your car at all. She saw you get out of your car, think you're a bit hot or cute, and she left a note with her number for you to give her a call.
Oh, there we go. Oh, my gosh.
There you go.
Do you think, Jackie, though, like, even if I was looking good, just had a fresh haircut, just clipped my legs, she saw me get out of the little Volkswagen T-Cross and she thought, do you know what? I'm just not sure that's a big, bulky man's car. Is there a car that sort of turns you on?
Could be, but she thought, what a great little pickup line.
Okay, that's interesting. That's made me feel good.
Yeah.
That's going to be very disappointing when that's not true.
As we like to say on this show, I'd put that in my basket. So maybe that's what she thought about
We
you.
probably need to follow this up, don't we?
I reckon we do.
We need to follow this up. I need to call Natalie.
Okay. All right. Well,
Right, watch
maybe
this
not
space.
live.
No.
Because if my suspicions are right, that's not Natalie's number
You
at
think
all.
it's going to go through to some random bloke
G'day,
number.
Barry speaking.
G'day, Barry. Oh, hey, Barry. Is Natalie there? All right, watch this space. We might see what we can come up with and we'll touch. We'll get back in touch tomorrow.
Okay.
Joe, do you know how I feel about cats?
Yeah, indifferent.
They're freaks. Crazy little fellas, aren't they? They're very mysterious, very different to dogs. Dogs are very consistent. They love you to death.
Yeah.
Cats will probably try and kill you if they have an opportunity.
But I feel like cats judge you, don't they? They just look at you like you're an absolute moron.
Now feed me.
And I detest everything about you. Now, where's my cat food?
We've spoken about this before, and then they press their little leather purses on you. And you're like, what's going on here? Why do you need duct skin contact? Why do you feel like that's a connection piece? Do you know what I mean?
The day that I learnt that you called a cat's a nussadort was probably one of the best days of my life.
For cat owners out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They lead with the doot.
Yep.
And they press it against you when they sit on your lap, and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is a doot-free zone. I don't need to see it. Anyway, what about this story that's come out from the UK? Here's a headline. A cremated cat returns from the dead. Yeah, that's right. A UK woman's kitty, whose name is Ted, proved that cats might actually have 9 lives. While on holiday in Turkey, Nikki Knight from Newby, North Yorkshire, was heartbroken to hear from her neighbours that Ted, her cat, had drowned in their pond.
Oh, no.
She said, I had to break the news to my husband and our 4 children, and we were absolutely devastated.
Oh, so they're Scottish now?
That's Scottish? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be English here. It's from the UK, that accent.
Yeah, right.
She said, because Ted is a huge personality and a beloved member of the family. Days later, while relaxing by the pool, Knight got a flurry of missed calls from her cat sitter. She finally answered, and what she heard was unbelievable. Ted had just waltzed in through the cat flap like nothing had happened. Of course he did. It's so arrogant too.
I know.
It's so arrogant. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm not dead. Give me something to eat. Use my doot. She said, I didn't believe it at first. I had to get her to FaceTime me live so I could actually see that Ted was alive. It turned out that Knight had paid 130 quid to cremate someone else's cat.
Oh.
And when she went to collect the ashes, the urn had been labelled, not dead Ted. Vicky Crallan, who's the director of Heavenly Pets Crematorium, great little establishment.
Isn't it?
Hell of a Christmas party.
Yeah.
Called the situation bittersweet and worried another family was missing their own pet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, some other families lied to their kids.
Yes, they have.
And said Ted has gone to Getty heaven.
Absolutely. There is a key message in all of that. Yes, cats have several lives. Maybe they do have 9 lives. And also, Vicky, you cooked someone else's cat. So deal with that. Jodes, I love random acts of kindness. And when you hear of these big acts of kindness that go viral, warms your heart, doesn't it?
It's nice, isn't it?
A little story emerged from the States. And look, the United States has its issues.
Yeah.
They have a few little issues that they're dealing with.
Yes.
But this was a nice story. Billy Ray Harris, a homeless man in Kansas City, found himself in an unexpected situation when Sarah Darling accidentally dropped her engagement ring into his cup while giving some spare change.
Oh.
So despite appraising the ring at $4,000, Harris returned it to Darling, a decision that transformed his life. In gratitude, Darling and her husband started a fundraiser, and it raised for him $180,000. So Harris used the money to buy a car, put down a payment on a house, and reconnect with his long-lost family, turning his life completely around.
Wow.
I sort of feel like these stories only happen in the States as well.
Yeah.
It's extremely good or extremely bad. Where's the medium, United States?
Yes, I know.
But
God.
that's a nice story.
You guys are so extreme.
Yeah, for example, the other day, I had an old pair of headphones that would have been 5 to 6 years old, and I can say it now, I'm a little bit ashamed. They were mouldy on the inside because I'd wear them at the gym. I reckon there was almost flies and maggots on them.
Yeah.
I left them on top of my car for 15 minutes and someone stole them.
Really?
How does that happen?
Oh, my goodness.
How does someone steal a mouldy, maggoty pair of headphones?
Well, they'll get theirs back when they wear them, won't they?
100%.
Their neck minute.
You fly blown in your ears.
Yeah, neck minute they've got insects crawling out of their ears.
Oh, gosh.
Cop that.
Put this out there, 132410. If you've got a nice little random act of kindness that you've been involved with or someone's done it to you, please get in touch with us because this is nice.
Absolutely. David Spears, former opposition leader, and our favourite Scotsman, is in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he's a genuine bad boy. Yeah. Front page of the Advertiser. That's what you're always trying to achieve, unless you're doing something really illicit.
Well, unless you're doing something like allegedly snorting some white powder. So this is the scene. This video is time-stamped 4/12 on June 30 this year in his home. There's a kitchen table. He's surrounded by wine, liquor bottles, a cigarette lighter, some crumpled tissues. And David appears to bend down over his kitchen bench and snort some kind of white powder. And then you fast forward to 6:32 and he's seen doing the same thing. And then you fast forward to about 11 o'clock this morning and he fronted the media along with Matt Cowdery and did a press conference.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if this is a legitimate video or not. He claims it might have been some sort of deep fake. They've had experts have a look at it, and the experts have said, no, that's genuinely the real thing. So there's just a couple of issues at play here. And the first one for me is, who's filming him doing that, and who has then stitched him up and leaked it to the media?
It's one of the great stitch-ups because, like you said, we don't know if it's completely true, and also we don't know what he's snorting. Could be crushed anti-inflammatories.
Yes, just ask Wayne Carey.
I mean, poor Wayne Carey found himself in a similar situation. Poor duck.
The Tizer journo hit him up outside of his house, and he staunchly denied it and said, "This is very distressing for me."
No, that was certainly not me.
Certainly not. It is. It is definitely you in the video, snorting
very
a white.
Strange. No. No way.
Did not snort a white powder.
No, I certainly did not. That is very troubling.
Have you?
I swear, you can hear. I'm picturing him winking. Like, I did not wink.
Yes, I don't know. So watch this space. His political career with the Liberal Party is obviously over. He stepped down as the leader. He lost his position on the front bench. For all intents and purposes, this can't damage his political career because there is none at this point. But if he wants to go on and get some sort of cushy post government job in the private sector, that's where it might be a bit damaging. Yeah. But also, I have solved a mystery this morning, and bear with me because this is going to blow your mind. I have been racking my brain trying to work out David Spears' replacement, a guy called Vincent Tarzia.
Yeah.
For years, I've been looking at him going, you remind me of someone. And
like an old friend or something?
Yeah, something like that. Like, I just can't work out who you are.
Someone familiar.
And this morning, I think I nailed it. He reminds me of the Count of Sesame Street.
The number of the day I present to you. The number of the day is 2.
Oh, that's you. A lovable character, the Count.
Yeah,
lovable character.
2.
200 years I will not be in charge.
Vincent Tarzia, 3. Hey, Hayesy, you're the father of 3. Imagine if you sent them off to school knowing that they were going to be weighed that day. And then your kid comes home, he's like, oh, Daddy, I was weighed today and they said that I need to lose a bit of weight. Can you imagine that conversation?
I'm just a little bit confused in this space because players' weights in the AFLW and the AFL are unavailable, but now what, potentially primary school children's weights are available?
Yeah, it seems like a ludicrous idea. And to talk a little bit more about it is the 2023 Australian of the Year and Embrace founder, body image advocate and all-round legend, my beautiful friend Taryn Brunfit joins us now. Good morning, Taryn.
Good morning.
Good morning. What on earth has possessed authorities to say this is a good idea?
It's absurd, isn't it? And there is no evidence to suggest that putting kids on scales will reduce their weight or increase their health behaviours. We have to stop this from happening in Australia because the US have done it. In 2014, they rolled it out to almost half of their states. It was a policy that was mandated, and now they're de-implementing it because of the fallout, the psychological and physical fallout and distress that it puts our kids under. It just can't happen.
So, Taryn, a question without notice, but how the hell does this get passed when it has clearly failed in the States? Like, isn't that mind-boggling?
It is, and that's the questions that we're asking now. And I think that the people have spoken. You know, I've sort of been in the media cycle for the last sort of 48 hours, and there is just a resounding support of parents going, absolutely, you will not be letting my child stand on scales, because imagine what that does in the playground. You know, they're going to start comparing their weights. There's going to be a good weight, a bad weight. It's just going to be disastrous. I have not said this, but I'll say it, Jodie, because we're mates. Over my dead body will allow this policy in Australia. I will fight to the very end because we just can't let this happen to our children.
We know that up to 77% of adolescents have body image issues. 77%. Let's just ponder on that for just a moment. And that can lead to all sorts of problems like depression, anxiety, all those things. We know that to be factual. So why on earth are we planting that seed in our kids at such a young age?
Yeah, that's right. And I think the flip side of that really awful stat is that people and young people who appreciate their bodies and feel good in their bodies, they're more likely to move them. They're more likely to eat fruit and vegetables. They're more likely to wear sunscreen. They're less likely to vape, drink, smoke, take illicit drugs. So it makes all the sense in the world to get our young people and old people to feel good in their bodies. And for all of your listeners this morning, if you're thinking, oh, what's the one thing I can do? It is never say anything negative about your body or anyone else's body again in front of our young people. They're really struggling and they need us to role model the behaviour so they can be what they see.
And, you know, they have never, ever been surrounded by more images, young boys and girls, of perfection on Instagram, on social media, on TikTok, whatever it may be. They're already facing an uphill battle with this body image stuff. They don't need their teachers and people in schools to say, hey, you need to drop a few pounds.
Yeah, I mean, there's this notion that shame and stigma will motivate people to healthy behaviours, but all of the data and the research says absolutely it doesn't. It sends people the other way. In fact, out of these studies in the US, the people that knew their weight and were tracking weight, actually their weight increased over 5 and 10 years. So it's the opposite of what we should be doing. And we've just got to remind kids that, you know, we're here for a short time, you know, go and get life, have adventures, enjoy your body, do the thing. Don't get so swept up in what you look like. Focus on how you feel.
Absolutely, Taran. I love talking to you. You know that. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to have a chat with us today. You're a busy, busy woman. Yeah, thank you so much. And let's hope it's not over your dead body, babe, because...
No, I enjoy living. Why would I even say that?
It's out there now, Taran. It's out there.
Morning, everybody. Hope my mum hears that.
Thank you so much.
The only time I will accept kids being weighed is what I think they still do. They definitely used to do in the New Zealand schoolboy rugby system.
Oh.
And that is they would weigh the kids and put them in categories to make sure that they don't get hurt.
Right.
And I could have used that coming through.
Yeah.
Because we all know a situation when you're playing and then you look at that kid and you're like, we're both 12,
yeah,
but he's got a beard,
yeah,
and he weighs at least 50 kilos of extra muscle on me, and now I might get crushed. They genuinely do that in New Zealand. I think it's a good system.
We like to put our sound guy Todd on the scales just for fun because he is a beast. He's a unit.
Yes, and he's a man that when he puts on weight, he absolutely celebrates. He's up and about. That's fair, isn't it, Jodes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, it's racing, by the way.
It's a general rule. We're really good friends. But from 7:54 to about 7:58, I actually can't stand to look at you.
Wow. Why is that?
Oh,
because of it's this haircut, isn't it?
It's the face.
It's this haircut. It's too good.
No,
it's almost too good.
The face is what I can't stand.
It's very smug, isn't it?
It's so smug. It's disgusting.
Songs to Song, the game where we have to guess songs that have been orchestralised or Wallace Cinema family pass up for grabs. Point to you, producer Zoe.
Hey, producer Zoe.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
We feeling friendly?
Nope.
I'm really scared right now. This is a scary space, especially because the score right now is 12-20 in Hayesy's favour.
When we don't turn on each other, we sometimes turn on you. So
when's the mercy rule too, by the way? When's the mercy?
See, this is what I'm waiting for.
Right. This is why people hate me in this space.
He says something like that, you get upset and you both take it out on me during the game, which is not going to happen today because we're having a friendly game.
Okay.
And Kyle from Smithfield got through first and chose Team Jody. Good morning, Kyle.
Oh.
Good morning, Jody.
Jeez, no one saw that coming, Kyle. Thank you.
You're right, Kyle. A few too many Bloody Marys for you this morning.
my sister's name is Jody, so I'm going.
Oh, that's nice.
Family ties. Yeah. And Jess from Tea Tree Gully is on Team Hayesy.
Morning.
Hey, Jess. Sorry, you lucked out with me. Got in second, but that's okay.
All right.
Stick with me, my friend.
It
we'll
is
see what happens.
Same as always. It is the best of three Nova hits, throwbacks, orchestralised. This first one is not easy. Ooh. I'm scared. Song number 1.
No idea.
I know, it's tough.
Wow.
Oh, Jody.
I've got it.
I don't.
Come
I don't have
right
it.
now.
Jody!
Go on.
Put a ring on it by Beyonce!
It's not the name of the song. You're wrong. Hazy, you want to have a guess?
Is it Beyonce Single Ladies?
Yeah. She's done it again. This can't keep happening.
Oh my God.
It's so not fair, Jodie. I'm so scared right now.
I mean, it really makes you think when you think about it, doesn't it, Jodes? What's going on? You do this to yourself.
Jodie.
Yeah, but I thought that was the name of the song.
Okay, well, that's
Ring on
different.
it. Okay?
See, that's different. That's different.
I
So what usually
realised
happens?
that it was incorrect. So that's okay. All right.
So what would usually happen is that Jodie would say, "It's Single Ladies, but I don't know who the artist is," and then it'll be
and then
my
you
go,
swoop
and I'll
in.
be like, "Well, I know that's by Beyonce."
Yeah.
So this time though, you just got the title wrong.
That's so rough, Jodes.
That
I'm
is
so
tough.
sorry.
That is tough.
But it does put Hazy in the lead.
Hey, good for me though.
Yeah, great for you.
Hey,
This-
great start for me.
Potentially for the win
Yeah.
then. Song number 2.
Hazy.
Go on.
DNCE Cake by the Ocean.
Well done. He's won it today. Oh my God.
Sing it with me, ladies and gentlemen. You ready?
Keep on open, Willie. Cake by the ocean. Oh. Jodie, that's so rough.
That was actually good by you because I wouldn't have got DNCE.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
There's no way.
I was freaking out that you were going to say dance or dance, and then I'd have to decide whether that was okay.
No, you couldn't accept that.
I don't think I could
And
have.
also, for the first part, my brain was like, "It's the Jonas Brothers."
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Could we do a full recap of how you processed that and how you thought through it and how you came up with the answer? 'Cause
That-
this is fun.
that-
It's so fun for everyone.
That, or just for poos and giggles, we could do the third
I
song.
think we do the
No,
third song.
we
Come on,
don't.
Jodie,
No.
redemption.
Come
Do you
on,
know
Jodes.
the time that I did win back in 1984?
I wasn't even born.
Pre-Hazy.
And we made you do the third song. You cut up so rough.
Yeah, you got
so
really upset.
rough.
Well, but we're going to do it right now. Song number 3, please.
I'm not even trying.
Come on, listen.
Hazy Bieber, Despacito.
Yeah, well.
Sorry,
Jodie.
Well done.
That one's on me. I'm so sorry, Jodie. I mean, the great
I mean,
news.
you say you're sorry, but you made me play the third one. Shut him
Can
up.
we please just congratulate Jess from Tea Tree Gully?
Well done,
She's
Jess.
got Wallace Family
Jess, I'm
Pass.
happy for you.
Well done, Jess.
On you, Jess.
Kyle, I'm sorry to you. I love that your sister's name is Jodie. I hope she is
disappointing.
better at me than song.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Please, let's get out of here.
Also, Kyle learnt a valuable lesson. Kyle got through first.
First time listener.